Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farms, and today was an interesting day where I started off with one project in mind, which was hauling some dirt, and ended up doing several other interesting things that weren't on the schedule. Right now I'm loading the dump trailer with topsoil because I sold a load of this to my friend Larry. If you don't remember Larry, he sold me the bridge that's going on the pond, and I also did a video picking up half of a school bus and delivering it to his property. So the second thing we're going to do today is check out what he did with that bus. And when I get back, we're going to finish grading out around the pond, get all this topsoil moved, and help my next door neighbor with a project on his driveway. Overall, it was a productive day, but I did mess up and hopefully learned a lesson from it. So I'm on my way to Larry's house with this load of dirt, and if you didn't see it, I did a video about a week ago where I talked about capacity of my buckets and the weight of different materials, and I tried to estimate how many scoops, how many buckets full of material I should put in the dump trailer to be able to safely haul it. And my conclusion was that with dry dirt, I should be able to haul 9 scoops. And that's what I put in the trailer. But looking at the weigh safe gauge and just my intuition about it, I think I'm overloaded. I'm only supposed to put 5 tons in here. I'm guessing I've got over 6 tons. But the only way to truly know and to verify whether the numbers I came up with last week were accurate is to take it to a scale. So I'm headed to the scales right now, then we're going out to Larry's house. And he's got like a oddities museum at his house. He just builds cool stuff out of junk. So we're gonna go check that out after we find out what this dirt weighs. Okay, just left the scales. I was pretty confident I had 6 tons. I was concerned I might have 7, and I have 7 tons back there. So truck and trailer dry weight is 12.8, and this came in at 26.7. So that's 13,900 pounds, call it 7 tons. And that keeps me under the tow capacity of the truck, but I'm way over on payload. I'm over on the axle ratings on the dump trailer, and hopefully I'm still able to lift it. And I'm over the CDL weight, actually. But I said, how did this happen? And I kind of figured this out on the haul-off job, that there's a big difference with the shape of a skid loader bucket between a bucket that's level across the top with the angle of the side of the bucket and a mounted up bucket. You can probably almost double what you're putting in the bucket just by mounting it up. And that's a big difference. So I don't think my initial numbers were really that far off. I think this dirt might be a little heavier than some other loads of dirt because it's a little bit damp still. And I think I overloaded my scoops. But if you do the math on what I did, really doing it this way, I should only put 6 scoops of dirt per load from now on. So, good learning experience, and I'll see you out there.
Let me just ride down there with you.
Okay. I got a full load.
Oh, yes, I see that. Well, I appreciate it. I've been needing some of this.
I was trying to bring 5 tons, and trying to estimate that based on the scoops of dirt.
Yeah.
I got about 7 tons.
Oh my goodness.
Which doesn't bother me, but it's
Can you
a lot of
unload
weight.
this going uphill or downhill, but you can't on the side?
Right.
Okay, so let's see. Let's just cut right through here after you go around this tree, about right through there. And we'll make a circle and go up there. I want to dump it down there where I can use some of it. Just go around that tree right there, it'll be fine.
Okay.
And cut right here before the pond dam.
Okay.
And go down there and then cut back up the hill there. Go on down and just. Well, you do have a load. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
That's.
And then just dump it right in there anywhere.
Keep a little momentum moving, and then I can back down this a little bit.
Okay, that'd be fun. That's pretty good there. Looks like to me.
You won't probably see this. I'll edit it out. Larry jumped up in there and started shoveling with me, and he is 76 years old. So I'm pretty impressed that he still runs a shovel without any trouble. And really impressed with my neighbor who makes Larry look young. I think I need to spend a little bit more time operating a shovel if I want to be like these guys and still have the ability to when I'm that age. Especially considering it was almost 100 degrees and we were right in the heat of the day. Let's give her a try. That's a full scoop of dirt at least we took out. You guys notice you only saw my legs there. It's because I have my stunt double up there doing the actual work. I don't really work. We shoveled out what I thought was probably 1 scoop with the skid loader, about that much dirt, and went from not lifting at all to it lifted about 1 inch or 2 and started to groan again. So we're gonna scoop about that much more out. I've been trying to talk Larry out of helping me, but he wants to. So then I'm gonna pull up the hill a little bit and see if having it on that incline helps it dump. We'll find out. When I was at the rock quarry the other day, an old guy told me that he hauls 7 to 8 tons in his dump trailer, and it works fine. You just put all the rock at the back and it'll still dump. So good luck driving it that way, in my experience. Now that we got this to dump, we're going to go up and check out that bus that I picked up for Larry. It was really a fun project, trying to use my tractor and trailer, neither of which were big enough, to load that bus up. And since then, that video has a lot of views, and a lot of people have asked me what he would want with half of a school bus.
Like I said, look, what do you think of my table there, table chair?
All right.
And
I like it.
And it's already in the shade right now, so probably another 20 or 30 minutes, it'll be pretty cool.
Okay, so you just took some
tin
and sealed it up.
Put some tin and kind of knocked the rust off a little bit. I need to put a few more screws in it. Go on in.
We got a roof here.
Yeah, that like when it's raining, you get it come out, you want someplace.
This is pretty cool. I like it. That's fun. This is where you watch Rock Hill Farms videos right here.
That TV, I just bought that yesterday at a garage sale. Well, that's what I had in mind, and if I can find me a place on the river somewhere, you know, just a lot or something that I could buy. I'd like to buy it instead of rent it, but I'll probably move that down there.
So we just finished hauling that dirt for Larry, and now I'm back here to move this whole pile of topsoil, get it away from the pond so that I can finish my drainage setup. I just went and priced the drain pipe on my way back, actually. It's gonna be about $160 for an 8-inch pipe to put here on the back side, cut through this bank and install that. And whenever I got back and came down here, my neighbor stopped me and asked me if I'd sell him some dirt to fix a little problem next to his driveway. Said, you know, I already flooded your property and I'm gonna be fixing that in the next couple days, hopefully, but I don't have to haul it or anything. I'm not gonna charge him for dirt. So he's actually 85 years old and wants to spread it himself. So I'm just gonna take it and put it where he needs it. And then if he wants to work it a little bit with the box blade, he can. So I'm gonna run back up and get the skid loader and get started on it. After dumping that first load, I realized I should really be perpendicular, like I am now, to dump that in that narrow little spot that he wanted filled in. And doing that on his driveway would have made ruts and kind of tore it up, and I didn't want to track up his property, so I just realized it might be easier to dump it over the fence, and that worked pretty well. Right about this time, my neighbor came out and told me that was probably about the right amount of dirt and that he would finish tracking it in later. From this camera angle, it doesn't look like that much dirt that I'm about to move, but it really is. It goes back a lot further into the grass. And if you're thinking it seems silly to move all that dirt over about 30 feet, you're probably right. And I've been debating for a while exactly what I wanted to do here, but the work I need to do around the pond can't be done with this dirt piled up in the way. And I probably should have put it further away to begin with, but here we are. I got my measurements today, and the pricing looks like a piece of 8-inch pipe, 20 feet long, to run across this dam is going to cost me about $160. And I'll probably spend another $300 on pipe to install the drain line out to the road. Not too bad, really, for as big a project as it is. I'm really excited to try out the trencher on a bigger job like this, and I'm curious how it'll work if I want to do a curve, because I've only ran it in a straight line. I'm actually really starting to feel comfortable running the skid loader, and able to run at full speed and do more than one function at a time. The only problem I had today might have been that I hadn't eaten enough before, I'm not sure, but I started to get nauseous from so much spinning, I guess, and so much jerking running the machine. Hopefully that isn't something that continues to happen, because it'd take all the fun out of running this thing. Well, it took me about 2.5 hours to get all that moved, and now I can move on to the next step of this project. It's really so nice and peaceful out here. It's just right before sunset, probably 75 degrees out here. All the sounds, the frogs and the crickets and everything, and just great time to be out here. But I appreciate you taking time to watch this video. I'll put links over here to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.